this summit is about what's going on now and in the future. You guys are almost like fortune tellers, how you have to see so far ahead. What is ahead? What's going on with learning, employee learning?
You know, more than ever, the number of options and the diversity of options, it's almost an embarrassment of riches that people need to navigate through. And at the same time, that can become a barrier to learning because there's so much out there that it's a challenge for people to know exactly what should I be learning that is going to make my skill set relevant not only today but future-proof me as an individual person. How can I stay relevant? And so helping both organizations and individuals navigate that journey so that they can understand how can you invest, because any act of learning, it's always an investment in the future. And so helping people invest today in the things that will help them succeed tomorrow is, I think the predominant theme that I'm hearing from all the different speakers and peers in the industry.
Leaving the CLOs almost like curators in terms of selecting what could be useful.
Yes, very much. I think curation and context is king. So not only being able to access something that I know will be relevant, that I know will be high quality, but knowing that it's relevant and high quality from people like me, whether that's in a similar role, similar learning style, and being able to get it right at the time when it's going to be most valuable. I think that's the, just in time, just enough, just for me is the holy grail that the whole industry is chasing right now.
And how are employees accepting that? Like we've been saying before, many of us front end learned. College, we're done. Now, how are they accepting this whole concept of consistent learning?
More and more people are embracing it, and but a lot of things that they're doing that we would call learning, they wouldn't necessarily call it by that name, right? So when people are taking the time to job shadow and observe what someone else does and pick up tricks on the job, or reverse mentoring. I love seeing millennials teach us old folk how to use technology better. So I think that in a lot of ways, the best learning is like oxygen, and it's kind of omnipresent, but helping people blend that, that kind of environmental, omnipresent learning with a formal, purpose-driven path to get where they want to go is really the key.
And that's interesting because that's almost a people-to-people learning. But you're saying also there is a role for technology, something maybe a little more formal as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. Whether it's, having the artificial intelligence that can know what I like and recommend it to me proactively, the way Amazon does with purchases. I think that's one really important use of technology. Another important use of technology, like you mentioned, is connecting people to other people, so that, peer learning and knowledge sharing is a big one. And then, of course, using technology to enhance the actual learning experience. One small example is the two-way asynchronous video platforms that have become so popular in recent years. We can now have real practice and presentation skills in different parts of the globe without having everyone have to wake up at 2 a.m, yet they're still getting the opportunity to practice and get feedback from peers and instructors. So I absolutely think technology plays a huge role in the transformation.
ADP has always kind of been like out there on the edge, cutting edge in terms of new things. You touch so many different industries, so many different people, workplaces, corporations, companies, employees. What's new there? What are you guys doing there?
One of the things I'm most excited about that ADP is now entering into in the learning and development space is we recently acquired the Marcus Buckingham Company, which, Marcus, when he was with Gallup for years, did research on what makes individual people stand out, what gives them their X factor, and how can I as an individual play to that and understand how to bring my unique value to bear. And of course, the flip side of that is, for the company, how can I understand how to capitalize on people's X factor and help lead them to that? So I'm really excited about the Standout platform and ADP venturing into this space.
That sounds fascinating. I would love to hear more about that when you guys really roll that out. Finally, what's something that you've learned recently?
One of the presentations we just watched that Kevin gave from study.com, when he was talking about the impact of coachability on leadership effectiveness, even at the most senior level, I think it was such a humbling eye-opener of how we all need to stay open, stay curious, and stay ever ready to learn and grow.